Hi Pisces, Pisces placements. Welcome to Pisces Tarot and Advice, and welcome to your daily reading. Hope you're doing well. We're just going to have a look and see what's going on for you whenever you come across this video. If you were called to the video, then it probably has messages for you. Whenever you come across it, that's when you should watch it. And it could talk about what the day is about for you, give you a bit of a heads up and guidance, or it could just be some guidance that you could do with having at this time, right? Just keep in mind, take the messages as they resonate with you if you feel that they do, but never force anything to fit. Always have a look on the channel. If any other message stands out to you, go ahead and watch that video, okay? All right, so let's see what we have going on for Pisces placements at the time they find this video, or if you have Pisces in your chart, this could resonate. If you're a cross watcher watching because you're dealing with a Pisces, this could resonate. Just remember to flip the roles if you have to, okay? All right, let's see what's going on for Pisces placements. The time they find this video, what they need to know. So this is going to be the main events, developments of the day. Here we're going to have what's going to help or hinder you. And here we have the overall outcome and advice, and we'll pull oracles as well. Okay, just going to take a minute to say welcome to anyone who's new. Say hi so we can welcome you properly. We hope you like it here. We hope you come back. We hope you subscribe, and we see you again. And welcome back to everyone who's been here before. If you're not subscribed, hope you consider doing so. And if you are, thank you. You're awesome. I appreciate the support. Liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing, it helps the channel tremendously, and it just makes a huge difference for the channel growth, but also for me. I really appreciate it. All right, all that being said, let's get your oracles and we will get going. Hold on, they're showing me a different oracle. That one, okay. One sec. Yeah, so if you're new, I do what I'm told, basically. By my spiritual team, I've learned painfully sometimes sometimes you just do what you're told. Sometimes you just take the guidance, Monica. You don't question it. You don't fight it. Just do what you're told. You'll understand why later, So I just do what I'm told, people. All right, here we go. For Pisces placements, clarifying the energy. Oh, look at all this red. Interesting. So, confidence. The other way around. All right, they're being a bit, well, not bossy, but very clear and direct. They usually are, but anyway. Okie dokie. All right, let me just bring this down a little bit so we can see all the cards properly. All right, so let's see what we have going on in the oracles. That's going to give us our main energies that we're working with. Look at all this red. That is really, really cool. So that is the root chakra, so matters of security, grounding, survival instincts. So grounding could be significant. Security could be significant at this time. Feeling secure or actual security. Okay, all right. So let's see. Overall energy, we have a leg up, number 34, adding up to a 7. And this is help, support, taking a shortcut, being allowed to take a shortcut, streamlining something, shortlisting something, okay, with this energy. Someone doing you a favor, someone telling you, hey, you don't have to do it anymore, don't worry about it. Help in all forms, okay? Right, so let's see. In the tarot, as the overall energy, the bottom of the deck, 5 of Rods. And this can be competition, this could be petty fighting, this could be play fighting, okay? This is also a very creative energy, though, where it's like brainstorming. Everyone has different ideas, but if we listen to each other, we can take away something from it, each and every single person. We can make something work together. Or, discuss everything and come up with the best plan for everyone. But that is that initial phase of everyone speaking, no one's really listening. Could be a bit of chaotic energy here as well, where you just have a lot to do. And it's like, well, I'm going to have to be 3 people to be able to get this done today, right? Could just be that energy as well. All right, so let's see. In the overall developments, events, main energies, All right, we have time to go. 45, adding up to a 9, the energy of completion. So something's wrapping up, but also a new door is opening, maybe triggering the wrapping up, right? So you're in this, potentially you've been in this limbo phase. 5 of Rods, just trying to make something happen, and it's that time of change and chaos, and I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe you've been throwing spaghetti at the wall and waiting to see what sticks. Applying to multiple jobs, 5 of Rods, right? Talking to multiple people, networking, trying to put yourself out there, get yourself in a good position. And there's definitely some sort of new door that is opening up for you, right? Where it's the end of that time of hustle and bustle and struggle and confusion because I don't know what's going to land. I don't know what's going to stick, right? And now you're clearly able to leave that behind and move forward with clarity and confidence towards that open door. All right. And the challenge, the helper, the challenge, we have 43, another 7, deep knowing. So you have some answers, you have some knowledge, you have some wisdom, you have some experience, okay, that may either limit your vision and your perspective because you're going, I already know this, don't even tell me again. And it's something that you could learn, you could develop, you could go deeper into something. So just try to just keep it in mind. But it's also telling you can rely on this, right? Tap into your inner knowing, tap into your knowledge, your wisdom, your experience as you're setting up this new path for yourself. There could also be an energy here of just trust your guidance, trust your intuition, trust your instincts when it comes to the situation. And then in the overall outcome and advice, we have to the sea, another 7. All right. Wisdom, confidence, courage, boundaries, standing up for yourself, doing the right thing, knowledge, right? And this is movement, this is progress, this is, again, whatever you've been preparing for, whatever you've been trying to create, whatever you've been trying to make happen, it's being confirmed, it's coming in, it's happening, and then you can finally literally get into a car, literally get on a boat, in a plane, on a bus, whatever, and move towards it, okay? All right, so let's see what we have in the tarot. Main energies and events with time to go. We have the 4 of Pentacles, the 6 of Pentacles, adding up to the 10 of Pentacles, and Justice. Here you go. Here's the truth, the clarity, the confirmation. You applied for something, submitted something. It might have been something you had to save up for, to put out a payment on something, or a bid, or you had to do paperwork, forms. You have to pay very close attention to the detail, right? Or you've been saving up for the thing, whatever it is. And then there was a decision made, 6 of Pentacles, contemplation, justice, decision made to grant you something, to award you something. If it's contract, if it's loan, if it's mortgage, if it's someone choosing you for a job or to be with or to do a project with, right? And there's money that is attached to that, or there's resource that is attached to that. There's a putting resource together, coming together, okay, with this energy. For some of you, you could be selling or could have been selling property, assets. If you've been doing decluttering in preparation for a move, right? Garage sales, whatever the case may be. This is where you've made enough money to move forward with your goal, to move forward to the next step, to the next level in the goal, in the plan. If you've been kind of stuck and embroiled in conflict, tension, arguments, any sort of legal battle, for some of you could have to do with divorce, or any sort of legal proceedings, right? There is a final decision that is coming in with that, and you can finally put that situation behind you. If money was taken from you, you'll be compensated. Okay, so a decision is coming in, but we also have compensation, or we also have damages being paid with this energy, and that could be damages to your reputation, right? And then it's finally done. You never have to deal with this again. You can finally let it go, right? And then obviously, if any assets, property, money was stuck and frozen because of the situation, that is also being released, right? So you can finally just do what you need to do with the things, the stuff, right? Sell, move, relocate, give away, clear out, or move into, or move back into, whatever the situation is. So in what's going to help or hinder you with the deep knowing, 10 of Swords, Nine of Rods. My. And the Four of Cups. So this is where we're being reminded that mindset is everything. And this is asking you, take a pause, take a minute, take a breather to mark the place and time you're at, to mark the ending, meaning look at it, see what you've gained from it, see what you've learned from it. Don't just see the negatives, okay? Because that's just going to make us feel very heavy and very burdened, and it will just keep us there longer than we need to be, okay? Because we can be, for example, if it's a divorce situation, and I've never been in the situation, so I can only speak theoretically and what I'm reading in the cards, but just trying to give you the best example that I can think of. The legal proceedings can be done, right? You could be officially divorced and the divorce is final, but if we're still reliving what that person did to us every single day of our lives, then that relationship, that divorce, the trauma associated with it will be with us for the rest of our lives. It will be with us for as long as we live there, for as long as it's in our heads, in our minds, in our hearts, right? It will shift everything we see. It will color our perspective. It will make us, feel drained constantly, dissatisfied constantly, in pain constantly, right? Why? Because it's still in our energy. It's still there. So that's why it's really important when we have an ending, good or bad, okay, but mostly, especially if it's bad, or an end of a bad situation, it's really important to pause, okay? That's why we have that time of mourning. It's not just about the pain and the suffering and just kind of letting it out. It's also supposed to be going through the stages of grief, isn't it? Right? You go through all of that and you do what you have to do. You process everything, you release everything. And the goal is to reach a place of acceptance and release. Okay? So that we can completely close that chapter and move on without that burden. We move on with the lessons, with the experience, with the knowledge that we've gained, talents, skills we've gained, but we release the painful experience, right? We close it out. So it's really important not to just rush from one thing to another, right? If it's, again, we're just going through the end of a relationship, breakup, divorce, it's really important to pause, mark the occasion, pause and reflect. What have I learned? How am I different from the situation, right? Where am I still hurting, but also what have I learned and gained and understood about myself? Where have I grown? What have I developed as a result of this bad situation? Because that will give us a sense of balance and peace, and it just puts a more healthy, positive outlook on it. You know what I mean? Okay. Because rock bottom, while painful, to say the least, it is a necessary step for true transformation. Okay? All right. So pause and contemplate. Release. Write a letter to that old version of yourself, right? Thanking that version of yourself for having gone through what that version has gone through in order for you, the current version, to be who you are and to know what you know and to be able to do what you're able to do now, right? Whatever you feel drawn to do, however you release, however you mourn, however you bring yourself closure, right? Because it's not about the other person. That is what needs to happen, okay, to mark this ending, this clear out, okay, of the energy, of the pain, of the sorrow, and just taking away the knowing, the knowledge, the experience, the lessons, okay? And then we move forward. It's really important not to keep looking back. You see that Ten of Swords? Nine of Rods is looking at the Ten of Swords. Four of Cups is looking back at the Ten of Swords. It's really important that when we look back, it's only from a place of what have I learned? What have I achieved here? What have I accomplished here despite the circumstances? How am I different because of the circumstances? It's not to get lost in that pain and to relive it constantly and constantly and constantly, over and over and over. And I know it's easy to do, as people, but that's where we have that higher perspective, okay? Where we are able to take a breath, we are able to see the full picture, to weigh the good and the bad, and to choose what we take with us, okay? So in the overall outcome and advice with to the sea energy, so movement, travel, relocation, or again, just moving away, moving on. Again, moving, traveling, Knight of Rods. Relocation, job change, status change, judgment, last judgment. And this is beautiful because it tells me that you get it. You get it, Pisces. Okay? This is literally what I was talking about with the last judgment. This is that high perspective. This is that life review. Okay? And from there, we move forward with confidence, with all the red energy. We move forward with renewed confidence, with renewed power. And the Eight of Rods. Yep. Look at all this fire. Again, power, confidence, energy. Is that release of energy that propels us forward. Because what happens when we carry a heavy burden? We're slow, we're bogged down, we move very slowly or not at all for a long time. And then what happens when we release that burden, when we put that big giant boulder down? We feel light, we move faster, okay? That's what this is, the last judgment as well. It's releasing an old version of yourself, literally, right? And embracing the new, raw energy, new ideas, new people, new situations, new energy, new perspective. It's also joy, optimism, creativity. Because of this new perspective, we're inspired, right? This is really, really nice, Pisces. So, the end of a very challenging period in your life, and that will be, for some of you, anything from looking for a new job because you've just been struggling in your old one. It's just ridiculous. Can't do it anymore, and you've just been looking for a job, not sure what else you're going to find, etc., etc. For others of you, it's deeper life experiences, more like heavier, right? So again, divorce, separating from a toxic family or a toxic family relationship, moving on from a legal battle that you've been embroiled in for the past 10 years. It's been your life. It's been everything you've known, right? Literally moving for some of you. And that's the only place you've known. You've never been outside that town. You've never lived anywhere else other than that home. It is a big deal. And you do have good and bad in the home. And you do have good and bad, memories and experiences. But something's coming in, okay, a new beginning for you that puts you in a place of, it's just time to go. It's just time to go. Yeah. So, whatever the battle has been about, for some of you, you've just been battling your own addictions, your own demons, whatever they may be. Okay? And this is the completion of that work, the completion of that healing. And you're finally ready to create a new life for yourself, for the new version of you. And you will have new people in it, and you will have new experiences in it, and you will have new outcomes, different outcomes, better situations, healthier situations, because they match the new version of yourself, right? Very transformative energy here. So remember, whatever is closing out, good or bad, but especially if it was bad, it's important to pause and reflect. And I know it's not going to be easy, or it might sound counterintuitive, but if we can get to a place of gratitude for what happened, okay? And it's not about the other person. It's never about the other person. if we can get to a place of gratitude for what happened and looking at things in terms of this happened for me, it didn't happen to me, that means that you have done deep healing and transformative work. Okay, and you have that deeper knowing. I know everything happens for a reason. I know this was a lesson for me. It's not about that person. They were just the latest trigger. It's about the lesson. That's what I focused on. That's what I worked on. And that's what I healed. And so now I can look back and say, you know what? If that hadn't happened, I'd still be in the pattern. I'd still be in the loop. I'd still be in that repeating and recurring cycle, powerless, just going through the motions over and over again, not knowing why. But now I can close the chapter. I can close that cycle. I can heal that trauma. I can release. And I don't have to be that person anymore. And I don't have to be in that place anymore. And I don't have to deal with that person or that type of person or that type of situation or that type of environment anymore. Because I learned, I applied, I rose above, and now I can finally move on. This is deep, Pisces. It's really, really deep. Okay? So for some of you, it'll look different for everyone, but for some of you, again, you're wrapping up that cycle of healing and you're finally now ready to start new friendships, to start new romantic relationships, to put yourself out there, to just entertain, to just talk, to just flirt, right? To change your job, to change your career, change how you make money altogether. Do a complete overhaul and makeover of who you are. Move to a different place, maybe far away from where you are currently. Go overseas. Decide you're just going to travel for a while. It's a big, big deal. It will bring a lot of new energy, people, experiences. But unlike this, that was about taking you deeper to heal something, right? To kind of fill a hole. This new energy will bring you things. Okay? This was about filling a hole, something that was lacking, something that was missing, finding it and filling that hole. This is all about addition, contribution, new people, new energies, new experiences, new lessons, but they're more uplifting, right? They're to add to your life, not to fill a hole. I hope that makes sense. So Pisces, let me know what you think, all right? I'm looking forward to your thoughts on this one. Really beautiful reading. So I hope it helps you. I hope you have a wonderful day, wonderful time, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.